so I just got back to school because I've been home last week for Thanksgiving, which means I've got a lot of work to do because I was very, very lazy. So I'm gonna try and get this all through in one take, which might not be good because I usually edit a lot of my stuff out because I make a lot of ums and weird breathing and I should stop talking to get to the point. So yeah, Doctor Who week. My sonic screwdriver is a little bit uncool. It doesn't make noise, it just lights up. I mean, yes, if I ever need to illuminate a room with blue light, I'm there, but if I ever want to pretend I'm the Doctor, I have to settle for making the sonic screwdriver noise on my own, which I can't do. I can't even whistle, and I don't know if whistling would be required to make the... I should stop talking about that. I don't know if whistling's required to make the sonic screwdriver noise. I just keep thinking to the next Doctor, where David Tennant's whistling, and he makes the sonic screwdriver noise, and he tells the other Jackson Lake character he's whistling, and I was always baffled because I just thought to myself, there's no way he's actually whistling. That has to be some sort of sound that added in the edit. So, Jonna, you took some time to talk about Doctor Who when you were growing up in the UK and how you got into it and watching Doctor Who, so I thought I'd take some time to talk about Doctor Who in America since I watch Doctor Who and I'm in America, so it seems relevant to my interests. It's not something here that's as well known, obviously. It's almost more of a cult classic thing, or at least it has been in the past few years, where the people that know about it are really devoted to it, and people who don't know about it absolutely know nothing about it. Though that's changed a bit with the new series, especially during David Tennant's tenure as the Doctor, I think. Like, a lot more people have been introduced to the show, and a lot more people know about it, though they don't necessarily know... Well, haven't necessarily watched all of it, which is cool. A lot more people are starting to watch all of it. Like, there are two types of fans. There are kind of younger fans like myself who have discovered it through the new series, and then there are the older fans who were watching Tom Baker and Peter Davison back when those episodes were airing on like PBS and other public television stations back in the 80s. So, and then they're of course very happy that it's back and the series is back and alive. So it's definitely something people are starting to find out more about, and I feel like the charm of it is because it's so intrinsically British. You could not make a successful American version of Doctor Who. It just would crash and burn. It has a different sense of character than an American science fiction program would have. It's not it's not so much of an action adventure sort of thing. Not that things like Stargate or Battlestar Galactica were solely, or that, like Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica or Stargate were solely action adventure shows. I mean, there's a lot of diplomacy and whatnot there, but they aren't just quirky. They take themselves very seriously, and I feel like Doctor Who takes itself seriously sometimes, but it doesn't always. It doesn't mind getting a little bit campy, and it doesn't mind having these really audacious, ludicrous ideas for plots, and that's really enjoyable most of the time. I was not too happy when it happened in, what was the episode, Journey's End and Stolen Earth, with Handy, the regenerated hand doctor, and like the cavalcade of companions that had to roll through for seemingly no apparent reason, and having the Earth towed away. And I did like the Russell T Davies episodes, but sometimes really they would just get a little bit out of hand. Having something become, I mean, just always trying to up the stakes doesn't necessarily mean you're making the program more exciting. Sometimes it just means the writing's a bit lazier. Though with Stephen Moffat, I feel like he's also kind of upped the ante as far as plots, putting time and space and life as we know it at risk once again with the Big Bang and the Pandorica opens. But it was good. It made sense. Okay, making sense in science fiction is probably not the right way to put it. It made sense, sort of. Now, it's also airing on other stations, like BBC America especially, obviously. I think is the main place to find Doctor Who in America these days, other than, illegally on the internet. And that's pretty awesome, because now, back when when it would air on Sci-Fi, you would get it like an episode 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after it had aired in the UK. But now with like the Christmas special will air in the UK on Christmas, and it will also air in the US on BBC America on Christmas Day, which is really exciting, even though I don't have a television or BBC America. Well, I mean, I have a television at home, but I don't have BBC America at home. So I'll have to find a friend who does get that channel, because I must have my Doctor Who Christmas special on Christmas Day. I mean, though it hasn't always been that way in the past, it would be really nice to have my Doctor Who Christmas special on Christmas. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling, so I will go.